What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here. In today's video, we're going to break down the top 10 free lists for 2022. I cannot break down it enough today. I'm so excited, guys, because I'm going to give you the ultimate list so you can actually start going out here and wholesaling for free. If you want to, for $0, if you want to find the right list for wholesaling, the perfect ones to be going after for success, this is the video for you. This is going to be it. So I'm excited, guys. I'm going to show exactly how to get wholesaling deals for free today. I'm pumped up. I'm going to give you my top lists for it. I'm going to break down everything, like where to get it, how to pull it, how often to pull, guys. And again, for everyone at the end of this, you're going to actually get a very exciting bonus if you guys watch at the end. It's going to be exciting because I'm teaching stuff that really no one else is teaching, and I'm really excited to break it down for you guys. So if you guys are ready, if you are pumped up right now to learn my top list, guys, look at this. This is going to be my top 10 free list for 2022. If you're ready for this, if you're excited to learn my top 10 list for 2022, guys, got to do me a huge favor. Just one big favor. This is all I ask. Just do me a big favor here and smash that like button and subscribe to get the best information on wholesaling real estate from me. You guys know we're doing crazy stuff here for wholesaling real estate stuff the game has never seen before, and we're ready to just pump it up and make 2022 the year that you get your first wholesaling deal. So guys, smash that like button and subscribe. I'm telling you, this is the time for wholesaling real estate success. So if you're ready to get jacked up today to learn the exact list you got to be pulling, how to pull it, the whole game plan, everything, so you have no excuses, so you can be as successful as possible, guys, smash that like button and subscribe, and most importantly, get out of bed. Let's go. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Gotta wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, bitch, get up.
Snap, let's get it. Woo! We're ready today, guys. We're going to be teaching you exactly how to get wholesaling real estate deals absolutely for free. This is exciting because really I'm here to give to you all the tools for you to get wholesaling deals for free. Literally, I'm going to give the entire game today. I could have literally packaged this up for $1,000 and sold it to you. I promise you right now. I'm going to give you my word right now. I could have marketed this thing like crazy. Everyone knows I can. I could have sold this thing hundreds and hundreds of times over for $1,000. Probably bring 1,000 people on here at, probably what, $500, $997, whatever price. And I could have sold this thing out and made a webinar, class, course, whatever. And I could have made some good amount of money doing this. But I choose to give this for free because this is what the wholesaling people need. And I'm really excited to break it down. Guys, this is the information that has to get out there. Why would I charge someone, this info when I can give the people out for free, guys? If you want to learn wholesaling, if you have no money, this is the video for you. Because if you got no money, probably don't have money to pay me for a course to learn this info. So I want to give it out for free. So let's break it down. This massive camera in the way, so my bad. But so here it is, guys. This is my top 10 free lists for 2022. Let's just get into it. Let's really break everything down because I feel like everyone's ready for this. And let's go. I feel like the people are excited for it. So without further ado, let's go get the gotta get my keyboard and let's break it down. So without further ado, let's talk about it. So see much of my face here, but that's fine. But guys, here we are. So this is finding deals for free. This is how you find deals absolutely for free, $0 marketing costs, all this stuff. Okay. So if you want to find deals for free, this is just I got to give you let me give you the preference for this. So this is the before, if we're going to find deals for free, like $0 marketing costs, it's going to require, just understand, free lists are going to require more time and effort than paid lists. Let me repeat that again. Paid lists are a lot less, it's a lot easier. Like, that's the truth. So free lists require more time and effort than paid lists. Free lists have better quality than paid lists, though. That's the one big thing. Not a lot of people like talking about it, but that's the truth. Paid lists are less, this is pretty interesting, but like paid lists have less quality per like 1,000 leads than a free list. And why is that? Because it's harder for it to pull. So just understand that. For like, if I have 1,000 like free lists that are niched out, that's going to beat your 1,000 high equity leads. If I cold call that 1,000 niche list, it's going to do better than the 1,000 paid lists. But that paid list is a lot easier to pull, right? So understand though, this is something that took me a while to understand. And this is something, once you can get around in your brain, it's a game changer, right? That's the only thing I could really say here. But your seller doesn't care how much you paid for your marketing. This is the straight up facts. This is why when I was 17 years old, I was able to do really well in wholesaling. This is crazy, but it's the truth. Your seller's really not going to care if you spent $5,000 SMS text blasting a list, or if you actually found the person and you texted them with your personal cell, or use like a Google Voice to go text somebody. The seller doesn't care. That's the truth. So that gives you the advantage in your wholesaling if you're doing it for free, that it doesn't matter, right? And the top 10 lists I'm going to talk about today, we're going to be going after the lists that nobody can pay for. So I'm telling you, like, these are lists that you just can't go buy from a service, right? And it's like really good and it's really up-to-date info. This is the list that you can't pay for. And oh my gosh, it's amazing, guys. And the truth here is Consistency wins every single time. I cannot say this enough, but consistency wins. You need to be consistent in this business. If you are not consistent, you are not going to be having success in this business. And especially when it comes to pulling free lists, you're going to have to be consistent. And if you're not consistent, you're just, it ain't going to be well. So that's all I got to say. You got to be consistent with your stuff. So before we get in the top 10, let me kind of bring some honorable mentions, because there are some really good free lists you guys should be pulling, but it's not really top 10. Technically costs money to a point. And these two are going to be drawing for dollars and on-market MLS deals. The reason why I include drawing for dollars on here is because, got to pay gas, right? Car, insurance, I get it. People like, technically, Zach, that's not a free list. Oh, okay, fine. I'm going to put it as an honorable mention because it's pretty darn cheap. Drawing for dollars is going to be that. Now, on-market deals MLS, technically free, but to be a realtor, all stuff like that, technically paid for to a sense. You can still wholesale MLS properties without a license too, so just understand that. No dual agencies legal in your state. And one thing I want to clarify before I break this down is a lot of people think that I'm this like free guy, right? Like everything should be free, you shouldn't pay for any marketing in it. Guys, here's the truth. I spend tens of thousands of dollars every single month in my wholesaling business for marketing. I'm not the guy that thinks everything should be free to a point. Now, I don't believe you should be paying for information or courses or mentorship or anything like that. But that doesn't mean I don't think you should be paying for marketing, because marketing has a real good ROI on it versus courses, all that. Guys, you already know my stance on this stuff. I just don't want you to think that I'm like this, everything has to be free mentality for the marketing. You got to pay for your marketing. And if you got no money, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it for free today. But I'm not opposed for somebody paying for marketing, especially if you don't have the time for it. In this business, you either have time or you have the money to go buy time, like via VAs and stuff. So one thing too on this list I can tell you is if you have money and say, oh, I don't need to know the free list, guys, if you have your VAs pulling this for you, it's going to be better than you actually buying a list, because you're technically buying a list with a VA here. So now we got that out of the way. We can kind of keep breaking this down. So without further ado, let's start with number 10. So number 10 here is going to be your arrest record list. And I don't know why, but nobody really brings this up much. And nobody really brings this up much. But the truth is, the arrest record list is absolutely critical. I don't know why anybody doesn't pull it. I don't see many people on social media, YouTube, wholesaling influencers, whatever. They don't like talking about the arrest record list. I don't know why. It's amazing. I mean, for a couple of years now, we've been doing it. We haven't been really talking about it too much because we thought it was kind of like a local market thing, but a lot more people started pulling it, and it's been better and better. So this is going to be your arrest records list. I 100% recommend you actually guys go out here and start paying for this type of list. It's killer. Like it is a really good, it's a killer list. We're going to put that there instead. All right. It's a killer list, guys, because I found with a lot of really good wholesaling deals, the person who owned it wasn't arrested, but maybe the tenant was arrested, a spouse or family member was arrested, and that's a huge motivation for somebody wanting to sell their property. And I know a lot of people, oh, I don't want to deal with someone that got arrested. Guys, I'm telling you, like, these people are like, they just got arrested. Like, everyone's innocent before proven guilty. And what I can tell you is these people need help too, right? And I think you going after and talking to these people, if they want to cash offer on the property, a lot of them are going to need it. And hey, if it's a win-win for you and them, let's do it, right? So number 10 is going to be the arrest record list. The real question here is where to pull this list. You can either pull this from like the sheriff's website for your local county or city. Remember that there's police officers in cities and county, different jurisdictions technically, so they get arrested different places. So you might have to go 2 different places to pull these lists. Public record sometimes has this. And the next question here is like when to pull the list, right? I recommend you pull this list depending how much time you can, every week or every month at a minimum. That's honestly what I'd say. The tip here, though, is like, hey, if you can find motivating factors with arrests, either a lien or code violation on top of that, that's going to be even better. And that's something you should really be going after. David has a good question here. You know, what if they're in jail? How do you buy from them then? In the United States of America, you could still buy a house of someone who's in jail. Like, again, some of their freedoms are stripped away, right? They're in jail. So technically, like, I'm trying to go through the definition here. Jail and prison are different things. I've never been arrested, by the way. So like, you guys are like, how do you know all this stuff, guys? Because I study law, especially for real estate. I've bought houses from people who've been in jail. I've actually 3 years ago was going to wholesale a house from a guy that was on death row. Never got under contract or anything, but like when you're doing stuff like that, you really got to get good at wholesaling and understand the laws of the land. And like, it's a clientele that needs help, especially in wholesaling. So I've definitely dealt with it. So if someone's in jail, maybe they're had a sentence for 30 days or less or 60 days or less. That's pretty easy. Just wait them out there. Now, if they're in prison here, that's going to be a different story. You could still technically meet with people, have calls, things like that, and still do your business. I mean, when you go to jail, like, everything doesn't go to a screeching halt. Like, you still got to do monthly payments and things like that, especially at the house. So guys, life still goes on, and these people still have affairs they got to get done. So if they're in jail, you could still help them out. I remember I think a year ago, we had one of our acquisitions managers was like, oh, we have this crazy deal. It's kind of in a rougher part of the area. We're trying to buy it for like $30,000. And the acquisitions manager was actually talking to the guy from jail, and he was like 23 years old, and he was actually looking to buy the house. And then like, I look up the guy's name because I saw it on the podium. I was like, whoa, he, let's just say he ain't leaving jail, probably for the rest of this guy's life. So that's roughly what I could tell you what happened there. And we didn't end up buying the house. It gets a lot harder when someone's actually convicted in prison, things like that. But, some people get arrested. They usually make bail if it's not like a crazy offense, and you can still deal with these people, So definitely a really good motivating factor, right? I'm just telling you, like, not everyone on the arrest record list can be terrible. Like, I'm just telling you, like, people get arrested sometimes, maybe it's a DUI. Like, maybe DUIs are never good, right? But like, people have like other offenses, maybe like a shoplifting or something. Like, they need help, like, from you. And maybe there's a reason, they need help, and they're going to want to sell their property to you. So the arrest record list works really well. I'm just telling you, it's a good list to be going after. And if it's got like a lien or code violation or something on top of that, it's going to do really well. Number 9 here is going to be bird dogs. What's a bird dog? These are people that are going to go out here and actually hunt for deals for you, and they're not wholesaling to a point. So a bird dog might be like a 17, 18-year-old kid that just wants to make some side money while they're in high school or they're in college, and they drive around a city or something, right? For example, like I'm thinking of like, let's do the state of Mississippi, right? University of Southern Miss. So University of Southern Mississippi is in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. The reason why I'm mentioning Hattiesburg, Mississippi is because that's actually a really hot wholesaling market. For the past couple of years, I've been telling everyone, if you're in Mississippi, Hattiesburg, that's a great wholesaling market. I know some Hattiesburg people are going to be mad in the comments, but it's a great wholesaling market. And it's a college town. So there's definitely going to be college kids that need to make some money, right? And if they can earn $20, $25 an hour, like if they get a deal like every other week or something, they would just get like, they don't, hey, like they're econ majors or, they're trying to become doctors or lawyers like that. They don't want to do wholesaling, right? But they like the money from just driving in the car, and maybe they can listen to like, material or college stuff or lectures, and that'd be cool, right? So it's really cool the way you can do like bird dogs. You can really find them on social media, real estate investing groups sometimes. Pull it. This is basically through general networking. What I could tell you is the way you do your percentage splits with bird dogs, I found, is you can give like a 50-50 split for bird dogs when they drive for dollars for you. Maybe 20, 10% if they pull a probate for you, something like that, right? But driving for dollars, I pay them very well and usually just give them 50-50 splits. I'm not worried about them trying to steal the deal because they probably can't close it. They're giving you the bird dog stuff. Just be wary. Sometimes, people could try steal deals from you, skim from the top. But if you trust somebody enough, if they're willing to drive for dollars for you and they give you the list and you market to them and you close it, that's a good 50-50 split. I mean, that's a drawing for dollars deal you have never, ever gotten if, you never drove for dollars there. So drawing for dollars is going to be a really good one. That's a quick tip for that one. Number 8 here. Number 8 here is going to be Zillow for sale by owners, for rents. What I can tell you right now is Zillow for sale by owners are still amazing. And nobody likes talking about it. It's not the sexiest list out here. It's a free list. It's one of the best lists out there if you don't do skip tracing, anything like that. And, you can call the for rents also on Zillow. That's more of a cash buyer's play, but sometimes there's motivated sellers on there too. So not a bad one. But the real question here is, when do you pull this list? Like, when do you call them? Honestly, I'm telling you right now, if you can do it every week for your local county, it's going to be good. So what type of Zillow for sale by owners do you call? What's the for rents, things like that? You see here on the bottom right, it's freewholesaling.com. What I can tell you right now is freewholesaling.com. Guys, I post a lot of my stuff here. Everyone knows, here's a quick tip I can always give to you on this. Every month, like usually on like a Tuesday or Wednesday, once a month, I'll cold call for 2+ hours a Zillow for sale by owner list just to tell you guys that it works. And how do I prove to you? I mean, last Tuesday, right? So like a week ago, I cold called 2 hours. I got one really good creative financing deal and another good wholesaling deal, right? I think I knocked like 30K off of one deal, and then I got terms on. Like, guys, I just show you, like, it's pretty simple. Like, I literally choose a market. I did the spinner wheel, right? And I just went to the old simmering leads. So like Zillow for sale by owners that were simmering for like over 100 days, 120-ish days, that are not really getting much traction anymore. That's just been sitting there. They forget about it. Now they want to sell again. It's a really good one. Like, guys, you see me do it. Go look at my lives. Like, I prove you guys all wrong on this, and show you if I can do it. Trust me, you can. Like, I'm no expert when it comes to cold calling. I have my hours in it. Trust me, I do. But I'm not as advanced as some of you guys out there, right? So like, some of you guys are smoother than me, but like, I'm more consistent about it. And that's how I went out on some of these deals. So guys, you should be calling for sale by owners. Like, if you don't have cold calling skills, just practice on those Zillow for sale by owners and you're going to be fine. It's really interesting, the amount of deals you can do. Like, they're not crazy $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 deals. I've done a $50,000 Zillow for sale by owner deal at freewholesaling.com. I actually break down that entire deal. You guys should check it out, but it's a really good list, guys. Like it's hands down, like it's a good list. Not the amount of attention being done on Zillow for sale by owners in the wholesaling industry is really low. That means not a lot of people are actually going after this list, and it's an opportunity for you. Number 7 here is going to be pre-foreclosures. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm telling you right now, pre-foreclosures, more of them happening. What's going on with the market? I don't know, right? But I'm telling you, like, there's just with bigger interest rates getting higher and higher, and some of the laws kind of loosening with pre-foreclosures. I mean, we're seeing more and more of them, especially in my market. So where to pull the pre-foreclosures, just look at your notice of default or list pendants in your clerk of the court or the public records. You should be pulling this, guys, at least every single week, every single month. And the thing about dealing with pre-foreclosures, I could tell you right now, is you're going to have to be very knowledgeable on the pre-foreclosure process. There is a huge process with it. There's pre-foreclosure, and then there's the auction date getting set up, the window of time, how many missed payments, things like that, guys. I implore you, I don't have 2 hours on this live to just only talk about pre-foreclosures. So just understand that. But just know that, like, at freewholesaling.com, which I point everyone to there, because like I sat down for 2+ hours. We got all the nice, fancy, sexy graphics for you guys. I explain it as well as I possibly can. I give my all teaching pre-foreclosures there. At freewholesaling.com, it has my pre-foreclosure training. Just go to the marketing section. We actually put that in today. So we put that on the website today, got the little coding, nice, cool stuff. But we just added it in today. So the pre-foreclosure module is actually new at freewholesaling.com today. So pretty cool little announcement. That's not the big surprise reveal for you guys at the end, but pretty good, guys. I mean, as Larry David says, pretty good. So number 6, guys, these are going to be social media deals. This is going to be through JVing, networking, realtors. I'm telling you right now, social media deals are really hot right now. I don't know why, it's not talked about enough. I mean, a lot of people do talk about it, so I will give people the benefit of the doubt on this one, but like, this is going to be list number 6. I cannot stress this enough. Like, having a personal brand for yourself, and don't get a personal brand and then go sell things, right? Like, I'm telling you, sell yourself, and you'll have deals coming out to you at the wazoo. Like, I got too many deals coming at me right now. Like, temporarily shut off some of the deals coming to us because, like, we got to deal with enough we got right now. And the thing is, you can do this with no money, and you don't have to even be a good wholesaler. You don't really have to have much experience. Like, I'm telling you right now, if you can just create a Facebook and Instagram account and just start interacting in groups, Instagram posts, commenting, you're going to do really well. And it's amazing to see how much need is out there. I kind of said in that live I did like a couple months ago, when it comes to like personal branding and stuff, there is tens of millions of dollars of wholesaling deals that are just get sent to realtors because wholesaler A can't find a cash buyer, and that deal just blows up and they go with a realtor, right? Tens of millions of dollars of wholesaling fees just gets thrown in the trash every year. But if that person went and posted something on a real estate group, or they found a JV partner through social media, you could have harvested that 10 million, which that means 5 million to this other wholesaler. So like 10 million. And then like, how many wholesalers are out there? Like, let's say under 1 million, right? So like, that is a lot of, like, if only 500 people, or there's only like 4 people in Houston that are actively trying to JV with people, that's a lot of money, guys. Like, that's almost $1 million, I'd say, in Houston, all close to $1 million of just dead deals. What if you got 10% of that, right? I'm telling you, like, it shouldn't be your number one lead generation source or list, but it's something you just put in the pipeline, right? Like, we make hundreds of thousands of dollars of people sending us deals. That's not my biggest list by far, but adding, 6 figures on my bottom line on deals that I've spent no money marketing, it ain't bad. Okay. It ain't bad. It pays for all my marketing for the year, basically. So I'm not upset at that. Some quick tips I can tell you is, guys, comment Get loud, guys. Like, make yourself known, especially in like the Houston real estate investing groups. Let everyone know in the comments, hey, I'm a wholesaler in Houston. Like, let's work together. Like, don't like that's what like hey, guys, if you want to join my group, like wholesaling houses for real, I'm telling you, like, we don't allow a lot of we don't allow a lot of fluff in the group. No spam, nothing like that. Like, hey, who wants to go JV with me on these deals? Guys, to a point, posting that, I would have hundreds of posts. It ruins the group. But if you go DM somebody or just say, hey, I'm a Houston wholesaler, that's all you really need to get the ball rolling. And DMing other like Houston wholesalers. Like, guys, it goes down in the DMs. I promise you. So if you want to actually go out here and do deals, like, it goes down in the DMs. So DM people if you know they're other wholesalers. Create a win-win solution in people in your local market. Have that abundance mindset, not a scarcity mindset, and you'll do very well. Number 5 here, oops, is going to be the lean list. Guys, the lean list is absolutely killer. I cannot say this enough. But the lean list, what kind of list is this? These are going to be your tax liens, your IRS debt lien list, your credit card debt lien list, etc. Where do you pull it? Again, from the clerk of the court or the public records. And these are, again, go by IRS, credit card, tax, and utility lien lists. They're pretty easy to pull. They're probably one of the simplest lists to pull. This is going to be like the most niched out list out there. But what I can tell you is a really, really big tip here is go in person right now. Like, if you want to if you can't pull this list online, go in person and you'll probably be able to pull it pretty easy. That's one thing I've seen. Number 4 here is going to be your fire damage properties. I love the fire damage properties. Absolutely killer list, guys. And this is a list that no one's pulling. I don't know why no one's pulling this list. I keep telling everyone. I keep telling you. Eventually, everyone's going to be pulling this list, and you're going to be like, oh, I wish back in the good old days. Guys, this is the good old days right now. Pull this list, guys. I'm telling you, why do I tell everyone to pull this list? Because it's very hard to pull a list like this. Guys, you need to be pulling the fire damage property. So this brings us back to where to pull this list. Really, to pull this, you just got to go to your local county or city's fire department member. Sometimes the city has a different fire department than the county. Your local firehouse, when to pull this list. I recommend you pull this list at least every single month on the dot. Keep calling. Like, this is one thing I can tell you is, like, keep calling this list. Go in person until you get this list. Like, keep calling, or go in person. Be persistent. What did I say in the beginning of this video? Consistency wins. Most wholesalers don't and won't have this list in your market. And this is the truth. If you go to all your local firehouses and cold call or go in person and just keep asking for this list as a private tax-paying citizen, I will tell you this right now. If you go to the fire department and say you're a real estate investor, you're going to get kicked out. They're not going to let you get that list. Now, if you say you're a private tax-paying citizen doing independent research, you're going to have a lot better success. And, get your ego out of the door. Just be a private citizen, and that's it. And you'll have a better success with that list. And you're literally saying the same thing. It's just going at a different way, but you're not lying. You're telling the truth there. One also caveat I would say is don't be pulling the fire damage property list or marketing to them unless you actually have buyers for these too. I see a lot of people sometimes pulling this. They get a bunch of deals, but they can't dispo the deals because fire damage properties require a pretty intense cash buyer to do a full renovation. These are very easy buyers to find, but if you need to make sure you have sort of at least 1 or 2 buyers there, just go in a Facebook group. You'll find them pretty easy. Number 3, guys, this is kind of the cousin to fire damage properties. This is another list that no one really pulls. Very unknown, like what kind of list this is. I mean, remember, guys, the fire damage property list is literally a list of properties that went on fire, right? Fire department had a call if they went to the house, right? Number 3 is the water shutoff list. This is basically when they shut the water off due to non-payments on the property. Where do you pull this list? From the local city or county utility department. Pull it every week if you can, but usually every month is what you're going to have to do. Quick tip here, make sure the water is being shut off in your local market before you pull it. What I can say like that is, let's say, for example, the city of Los Angeles really isn't pulling the water for emergency orders, and really they won't be doing it. But like if you go to a more rural city in, like, let's say Tennessee or Georgia or South Carolina, or, even like Alabama, like they're shutting off water. Okay. So the truth is here, also make sure your water company you're calling is public. If it's a private water company, they don't have a right to give you that information. But if it's a public, they have a right to give you that information as a private tax-paying citizen. But if it's a private one, they don't have to give that to you. So just understand this. These are public information, aka government lists. Number 2 here, this is going to be code violations. I love code violations. These are tall grass, structural issues, mold or mildew on the property. And usually someone really calls and complains about this. The reason why I love this list so much is because people get fines every single day from this list. Kind of like I say here is, if a code violation for tall grass will get like a $25 a day fine, okay, that accrues for like 4 months straight. That's a lot of money, right? And like that could be thousands. And I've seen a $10,000 code violation list. They're pretty cool for us real estate wholesalers because we can really help the sellers out, because we can actually negotiate these down by a lot, and they work really well. So definitely a really good list. So where do you pull this list? The code enforcement department is where you'll go and pull it. Pull it every week if you can. Some cities you can actually pull it online, which is kind of cool. Just remember here, this is like fire departments, a lot of places. There's usually a city code enforcement list and then a county code enforcement list. Make sure you pull both. Okay. So if you're doing Miami, make sure you do the city of Miami code violation and then the Miami-Dade County code violation. It's hands down one of the best lists. Go in person, you guys. You know the drill, right? And number 1, without further ado, this is going to be your probates. I'm telling you right now, probates are absolutely killer list. It's my favorite list. It's free. Not enough people are pulling this list. It's not even saturated too much for most wholesalers. Literally just go to the clerk of the court or the public records. If you want to learn actually how to pull this the right way, freewholesaling.com. Again, we teach it all. When to pull it, as soon as you can, really. Tip, every county has a probate court in the United States. There's literally no excuses for you not to be pulling the probate list. But I'll tell you, most people watching this will not pull the probate list this week. Like I can only give you the information. If you take it, you don't, whatever, But for the people that are crazy enough to actually pull this list and do well, hats off to you. You'll be rewarded handsomely. Promise you that. So that is my top 10 list. And what I can tell you is, if you guys get any value out of it, let me know. I would love to know. But here's one thing when it comes to this list. You guys just got to start taking this list seriously and start taking action. And this kind of just brings us back to, the most important part here. And this is a question you have to be asking yourself. And not a lot of people ask themselves this question. And I want you to actually like sit here and look at this and actually think for an actual second about this, because this is pretty important. But if you're struggling right now to get deals and leads, if you don't know when you're going to get your next paycheck, right? Like if you don't have money to buy a list, most people tell you to go buy a list. If you have at least 2 hours a day from 2 to 8 p.m., most people do. I'm telling you right now, you can push it till 9 if you want, right? If you at least have 2 hours, right? You're struggling to get deals, you don't have money to buy a list. I promise you right now, then like if you have all this stuff, why aren't you going to start taking action and changing your financial destiny forever? And that's the honest question I have to tell everybody. And I'm saying this in the nicest way possible. I know a lot of people watch this from work, but like if you're watching this live stream, from 5 to 6 p.m., right? Or 5 to 7 p.m., you have time, and you guys can always watch the replay of this, right? Like at, midnight if you want, right? Like if you have the time to watch this, you have time to go and market during these times. Heck, you can be pulling wide lists in this live, right? And I implore you guys to actually go in here, take action on this list. Most people are not going to do it, but the people that do are going to be wildly successful and are going to outperform the people that don't. And that's the truth. So let me go implore me for a second. Let me go full webinar mode on you. And this is where the new people that just are learning about me, right? They're just subscribed. This is when they start rolling their eyes like, oh, this is it. This is where he gets me, right? This is where it happens, right? This is where I get swindled, right? This is when it all, this is where Zach sells me, right? I'm about to go full webinar mode on you. And the real people know I'm about to say. But the people that don't, implore me, entertain me for a second here, okay? For the low price of $997. Now, you guys know if I was selling something for $1,000, you have to put a 7 or an odd number at the end of everything. So you have to put $997. Apparently it sells more. I don't know the whole rules, but here we go. Let me do this. So for $997, if you pay me $997, I'll share with you my 3-step framework for tripling your deals, 3xing your deal flow. Okay? Doubling your profits and efficiency with these lists. I want to know, guys, would it be worth it if you paid me $997 and I was literally able to triple your deal flow in your CRM, double your profit and your efficiency with this list? Would it be worth it? I want everyone in the chat to let me know. Would it be worth that price if I actually taught you right now how to do it? I would love to know. I'm telling you. Jordan says it would be worth it. A lot of people know, like, I could sell the living snot out of that, okay? I'm telling you right now, for $1,000, I show you guys how to triple your deal flow, double your profits and efficiency with this list. Everybody knows it's 100% worth it, right? Okay, everyone would pay for that, right? Okay? You guys know it's worth it. Here's the thing. I'm not a sellout, okay? I think you guys know that, okay? I'm not a sellout, all right? I'm not a sellout, okay? I'm not going to charge you for this information. But what I'm going to tell you is I'm going to show you exactly what this is, okay? I'm about to literally give you a piece of knowledge that I have. I can easily sell hundreds upon hundreds of times for $997 over and over and over again, okay? In exchange, though, I'm telling you this right now, you're going to have to like this video, hopefully share this video to a new wholesaler or in a Facebook group other than my own, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to need you guys to do that for me real quick. I'm pulling up my likes. I'm going to give you a number of likes because I'm just going to answer questions until I can get the likes up. And if I get the likes up, then sure, I will share it. So we got 39 on the flip with Rick, and then we have 9. So we have a total of 48 likes. Guys, I'm going to need that to hit at minimum. I'm feeling how many people we got in the chat. I'm going to need at least 75 likes. I'm being completely honest. I'll go check Facebook. I'm going to need 75 likes at minimum right now on the live before I even break that down. So guys, if you guys want to, I will wait for you guys to like this. If you share it, I will count that as a like, and then I will break it down. But I'm going to need at least 75 likes for this, guys. If you don't want to share this video, just join freewholesaling.com. But if you want me to do this, I will, right? Like, I don't have to give it out today, right? Like, I just make a separate video on this, right? Make it easier for me. Make my life easier. But I'm not a sellout. I'm not going to charge you, okay? We're going to have to pump those likes up if you guys want me to show it. And, I could have done this a million ways. I could have sold it for a stupid price, right? But I'm not. So if you guys like this video, just keep it up. I'll give it a second. Let me answer a couple questions while we're waiting, right? And like it up. Everyone's like it, guys. I got to get these likes up. Like, I got to pump it up, get the people on here. And let's answer some questions real quick. So let's see here. What is up, Jason? Jason says, can you please go over the details of a wholesaler does Zillow for sale by owner deals virtually? So Jason, you see me doing my lives, right? Like, I just talk it over, and I have my partner who is going to be my cash buyer here. I know people are liking it because, like, the amount of people like on the live right now is just climbing, because once you like it, the algorithm shows it to people. So, right? But the thing is, Jason, so you're going to have to say you work with your partner, and they're going to be in that market. If someone don't lie to your seller. Like, if someone says, hey, you have to be in, are you North Carolina? I'm not North Carolina. Like, I tell me I'm not North Carolina, but I got partners in North Carolina, and you do it confidently, the seller's not going to care. You guys see me do it on the lives all the time. Like, everyone asks, hey, because I call from my local area code here in the Treasure Coast 772 area code, and I'll do like the 805 area code, right? Like, people know I'm not from there. I still get the deals done over the people that live locally there because I have the confidence. So Jason, your number one thing is going to be confidence here. Joel is 100% right here. It's easier in southern states. It is way easier. So let's check the likes. Let's see if we pump this up, because I think you guys did, you know. Let's see here. Like and share it. All right. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's pump it up. So let's see how many we got here, right? You know, gotta help the people out. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You guys. Woo. All right. We hit 100. All right. All right. I'll share it. Okay. Hey, let me give you a quick warning though, guys. It's surprising how many people did not like this video before I said that, right? Why does I have to get you to actually, it's like, I don't know why I have to go tell you guys it's for you guys to actually like this video. Let's go full screen here. Okay. So I just gave it to you. So fine. You hit the likes. I owe you guys. Now you owe me. I owe it. You know what? I'm going to go full. I'm going to pretend like you paid me $1,000 for this. Okay. I'm going to go in that mode. I'm going to go webinar mode. Already? You already paid me. I got to give it to you. All right. Let's get it. So a lot of people like attaching names to animals on courses and like sexy things. So I decided to attach it to this. I'm calling it the Bull method. Okay. So I'm going to give you my 3-step Bull method framework. Okay. This is going to be my Bull method framework. Why am I calling it the Bull method framework? Because apparently if I want to be a full-on YouTuber, I got to attach animals to names to sell something. I don't know why, but I just do. So I guess I have to do that, right? But the thing is here, it's actually kind of true, because like to use this framework, you're going to have to be a bull. Like you're going to have to just charge. Like, unfortunately, I don't like saying this analogy. It's kind of true. Like if you're going to use this framework, what do bulls do? They literally charge without thinking half the time. And a lot of you guys out here starting out in wholesaling, you need to act like an angry, raging bull, like a charging bull. Like some of you guys overthink it, right? Like I'm telling you, like you guys overthink this business, and you're like, oh, you know, should I go after this thing? Guys, be an angry bull. Just go. Just go take action, right? I'm telling you, like that is what you have to do. So this is going to be the bull method. You're just going to like almost on disregard to thinking. Put the brain away and just start taking action with the framework I'm about to tell you, okay? So I'm about to tell you what to do. You're going to have to treat it like a bull and just go, okay? Without even thinking to a point, right? Think a little, not too much, right? Like take action in front of that. We have bull literally when they're running after something or you, they have no fear, right? They got the horns. You have the horns, okay? Let's just get it. So this is my 3-step bull method framework. So how to actually use these lists for massive success. Let's get it. Framework number 1, we are going to pull all these lists for the month. So for next month or this month, we're going to spend an hour a day every single week per list. So what does that mean? That means every single list, so at least 10 hours a week. That's a lot. I know, hey guys, if you want to get success or have a VA do it, if you have too much time, but like pull 1 hour a day for this list. Or if it takes you 30 minutes to do the list, fine. Maybe it takes you 5 hours. But an hour a day per list includes skip tracing 10 hours, right? So an hour a day per list, okay? That's plenty. More time if you're good, right? That's what we're going to do, okay? 10 hours a week. We're going to get all the lists, basically all 10 of these lists pulled, right? Arrest, pre-foreclosures, fire damage, all this stuff, right? Framework 2 is we're going to find the duplicates in Excel or Google Sheets. I can tell you right now is when we pull this, we're going to put it in a Google Sheets or an Excel list right now. And we're going to find the addresses. Okay. We're going to put in a nice sheet, right? By first name, last name, by owner, address, city, zip, phone number, all that fun stuff, right? We're going to then go and find the duplicates. And this is really cool. You can actually pull all of it and then make a master list, organize it by code violations, probates, water shutoff, stuff like that. But the cool part is copy all of that and then make a new one called a master list to make sure everything's backed up, right? You do not want to lose one of these lists, right? I've had this done before. What I want you to do is now pull it and find all the duplicates. We're not going to delete the duplicates. There's tutorials out here how to find duplicates on it, but like it's going to tell you have like 50 duplicates out of a 500, right? That 50. So that means either something on the code violation list has the same address as something on the probate, and maybe it's also on the pre-foreclosure, right? Like there's triple motivation on that deal, right? Amazing. Every single time I see a 60, 70, $80,000 deal, I see multiple of these things pop up. It's crazy. Like I'm telling you. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the duplicates in whatever software we're using to organize this data, right? This is not this is crazier than list stacking. And this is crazy stuff, guys. This stuff you only see on the inside of paid stuff. And this is what I'm giving for free, guys. So this is, you pay the price. You like this video, subscribe, join free wholesaling, share it, guys, all this stuff. But find the duplicates. I'm telling you, you're going to find a list. Maybe it's a probate and a pre-foreclosure together, or like an arrest and a code violation. I'm telling you, if it has just any duplicate at all, it is going to be killer. I promise you. Like this is stuff you have to be going after. Once you find these duplicates, maybe it's even 4 a week, maybe it's 10 a week, maybe it's 50 a month, right? It's not going to be a lot. So I'm not telling you to do too much right here, okay? We're going to use framework number 3. And this is the secret sauce, right? Like this is why you guys pay me the big bucks. Number 3, we're going to market aggressively with the triple threat system. Triple threat, okay? We are going to go cold call that list. And or if they don't answer the cold call, we're going to leave a voicemail. We are then going to text them the next day. And then we are going to leave a sticky note at the house, or we're going to Facebook message them. Okay? Because if you're virtual, you can't really leave a sticky note, right? So we'll do a Facebook message. Preferably, you cold call, you text, leave a sticky, and then a Facebook message. And you're literally going to do that every single week for at least 2 to 3 months straight on that list. Okay. So maybe if you pull this for 3 months, you have 150 on your super special list. You're not going to stop. You're going to keep going. You are going, like, I'm telling you, think of the quote here. This is one of my favorite quotes from Wolf of Wall Street, right? It's, you are going to stay on that phone until the person buys or dies, to a point where, like, you are going to keep marketing this person until theoretically they are on the probate list and then they're back on your marketing. Okay. I'm telling you, you have to be aggressive with this list. And there's so much great deals here. And you're only marketing like 150. Think about that. There's almost a guaranteed deal in there with 150 on a triple, like on 3 motivating factors for 150. That's literally what, 2 hours a week at most, an hour a week at most on that list. There's so many deals on that. And here's the thing, you know, someone's going to complain to me, Zach, I don't have any deals. I'm too young. I'm too this. I'm too broke. I don't have enough time. Guys, and like literally, if you're willing to do what I just literally did there, people pay thousands of dollars for that. And they start doing it. And you literally just have this information. What are you going to do with this info? Are you just going to go back and complain, right? Like, guys, you have the information. You got to start going after it. Tell me right now, guys, you got to start going after it. This is a foolproof system for success. You're going to rinse and repeat and keep going, guys. Like, what is your excuse? I'd love for someone to give me an excuse for not pulling this list right now. If you give me the excuse, oh, I run too big of an operation, use a VA to do this and teach them if you got the money, right? Like, there's literally no excuse right now for you not to go out here and be successful. There's zero excuses. And I don't know why. I don't know why the people aren't doing this. I can only tell you so many times why you have to be doing it. But the truth is, you got to remember this too. The difference between the people that are successful in wholesaling and the people that aren't are the people that are successful actually chose to take action. And I'm not telling you, there's people that quote unquote took action and failed. That's everyone. Every single wholesaler has taken action and failed. That is 100% happened before. What happened to the person that's successful or not? Both of them took action and failed. But the successful wholesaler took action and failed and kept going and kept going and kept persevering through that. What if Michael Jordan, after he got cut from the basketball team in high school, what if he just quit after? Like, he had failure. Everyone hits failure. That's quote unquote a failure, right? He just kept going, right? How many great basketball players that got cut from a high school basketball team just quit after that, right? A lot. Michael Jordan did that too, but he didn't care, right? Like, there's so much failure out there. And I failed so many times. I've been at the brink so many times when I was starting out. But the truth is, I just kept going. And you need to keep going too. The coolest part about success is nobody cares about how many times you failed. The success is the only thing that's really on the scoreboard. That's the best. Like, it's literally playing a sport where the other team, it doesn't matter what they score. It only matters what you score. And that's what you got to think about. Like, the wins, guys, it's all about the wins. And if you can just get 1 on the board, 2 on the board, and then you keep failing, but like you keep adding that, you're going to do better. You can get 1% better every single day. So at the end of the day, guys, why aren't you doing this list? Why aren't you actually going out here? Guys, if you have no money, you have no excuse anymore. I want you guys to start taking action today. I would love to know. So guys, go out here, take some action. I promise you, you're going to do well. Go after it, guys. Like that's all I can tell you. So guys, that's my framework. Let's kind of break it down. I'd love for I'll implore me and give me an excuse why you're not being successful in this business. Let's look at some other stuff. We got some let's see the amount of likes on here, because it popped up pretty well. Oh, that's a good amount of likes. We have more likes than people watching on the Flip with Rick channel. So that's fun. Guys, yeah. So guys, kind of everything I say is in freewholesaling.com. I will tell you that too. Freewholesaling.com is where basically everything I say for wholesaling, it's in there. And that's where you guys gotta be going after. Like freewholesaling.com, everything I teach is in there. That's all you gotta do. So the question is, why aren't you taking like the action? Why aren't you going after it? Corey says the failures in wholesaling are small and uncomfortable, but the wins are life-changing. I'm telling you, like it's unfair, right? Like it's crazy. So it's like trying to hit the 4-minute mile, right? Remember that was a big deal. Every time, the guy that did it, I forgot his name, but like every time he failed the 4-minute mile, it wasn't a failure. He just didn't do it, right? Like, think about, Thomas Edison's kind of the cool guy, because I was in Fort Myers. Went to the Edison Ford Museum. That was pretty cool. It was just showing like Thomas Edison's lab and stuff. He failed so many more times than he succeeded, but you only know about his successes. And that's the coolest part about it, right? Thomas Edison is looked at as a success because of his wins. No one really cares about his losses. And they're so quiet, right? And that's the honest truth. So I love it, Jordan says, my first 3 deals have fallen on my face on the dispo end. I'm licking my wounds, learning and moving. Hey, you got it. Don't waste time in the past. It's in the past. Look forward, right? That guy says, for someone completely new to wholesaling, would you recommend finding cash buyer partners? Do you try to work with these big realtors? If you're starting out, just don't work with a realtor starting out. I would just get a regular cash buyer. That'd probably get you the most success, and it's a lot more simpler. Roger Bannister. Okay. Yeah. Roger Bannister. Everyone saw him fail, quote unquote, right? Everyone saw him as a failure. And not he got losing, right? And then he got it, right? And that's the thing. Raphael says, I'm stuck between calling and not calling these that are on DNC. Am I overthinking this? Should I call everyone and anyone? Raphael, I'm not going to answer that. Give my lawyers a nice field day. But I ain't going to do that. So what I'll tell you is there's a lot of deals that are on the DNC list that people do. And the question is, do you want to call that and do it? The risk might outweigh the reward. It might not. You got to make that decision for yourself. You asking what I did when I started out? I can't answer that because that was a certain amount of years ago, but some people are in the mindset. I was kind of in the mindset starting out. That's like by any means possible. When it's a slap of the wrist, no one really cares. Like I'll tell you one story about it. And I did bandit signs when bandit signs weren't technically legal. The fine was like $50 per sign or something, but like there's no way of knowing who put out the signs. Made $100K high school. Like, was it worth it for me? I don't know. Just got to think about it. Zach, can you explain a little about pulling online code violations? The websites and terminology can be confusing. Josh, Freewholesaling.com. I kind of break down me pulling code violations live with you guys. Code enforcement department usually has them. You got to call or email for it. Awesome. Amara, please let me know if I'm saying your name right. I am very well known for butchering names really badly. That's just what I do. But yeah, Amara says, yeah, I've been pulling your niche suggestions for the past 2 days. Awesome. Samuel says, you have inspired me. Needed to hear this. Thank you. Of course, no problem. What's up? Let's go, boys and girls. We got this. We got this. Woo! Love it. Corey says the failures and already answered that one. Already saw that one. It's cool. Came in late. What are the lists again? I'll pop them up. So we'll go real quick. Trying for dollars on market MLS. Number 10 is the arrest records. Number 9, bird dogs. Number 8, Zillow for sell by owners for rents. Number 7, pre-foreclosures. Number 6 is social media deals, JVing, networking, realtors, stuff like that. Number 5 is the lien list. Number 4 is the fire damage property list. Number 3 is going to be your water shutoffs. 2 code violations. And number 1 is going to be your probates. So that is the quote unquote bowl method 2.0. I don't know. Failure is the key to success. Oh yeah. Yeah, direct mail could be a good one. Just know that direct mail you got to pay for, so it's technically not a free list. It's paid. But yeah, I love I do a lot of direct mail. Make an effort, not an excuse. Oh yeah. I love that quote. What do you mean by duplicates? So if I have a master list of all the code violations, probates, arrest records, stuff like that, and I go in my Google Excel, if it's a duplicate, like if 123 Main Street is on the code violation list and the arrest record, they'll pop up as a duplicate. Like there's 2 of the same address. What's going on? That's because they put on multiple lists. As soon as I show up, I like your videos because you're awesome. Peter, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. What's your net worth? Nice try, IRS. I'm telling you, these IRS agents are like, they're real smooth. Okay. They're real smooth. $4. It's my net worth. $4. $4. All right. $4. Are double wides with land good? Yes. If the land is owned underneath them, Shane, love double wides. They're great cash flow cows too. They're great for wholesaling. And they're great for like just regular, they're good for regular rentals too. Samuel says, will using a bird dog be a good solution for someone who does not have a vehicle? It's a great one. If you have the confidence to talk on the phone, it's a good one. I like it. Bull method. You heard this from Zach before. This method goes nuclear. It'll get copied, sold. But I just, you heard it from me here first. So when you see someone trying to sell it, just know. Shermaine says, brand new wholesale in California. I've completed my LLC paperwork and ready to hit the ground running. Awesome. Again, I always recommend getting your first 2 deals before you get the LLC, but you got the LLC, that works too. Rebecca says, would you hire someone if doing virtual wholesale to go to the course to get probate list? No, you could just call and see it. Most of the time you can pull it online or have the clerk pull it for you. So yeah, it actually works really well. Already liked and subscribed. Thank you, Masood. Jordan says, if I've got a deal that is going to fall flat, if I can't move it by Friday, I have an interested buyer who won. If you got an interested buyer, then wholesale it or get an extension. Sam says, what's good profit for a Zillow for sale by owner? Honestly, if you're making at least 10. I think that's pretty good. Like, it's really hard to make over 40 on a deal like that. So like 10 is probably the average. So yeah, I think that'd be a nice one. Everyone's listening for like, oh my gosh. Al10 is a good one here. Is it worth giving seller what Zillow is saying it's worth, or would that mess up the profit margin? Usually if Zillow says it's worth it, remember, we got to put this thing under contract on less than the value of the property. So usually not now. So here's the issue here, Primal Eskimo. What's the easiest county for everyone to pull lists in? If I told you, then got thousands of people pulling that list, then it won't be easy. Lake County, Florida is an easy one. I'll just give everyone that one if you want. Got you. Awesome. The niche lists and the probates are a full course. Yeah, I ain't gonna sell it though. So on PropStream, there's almost never any properties out of an active utility lien. Usually PropStreams might pulling it wrong. Depends on, sometimes your county's actually not doing utility liens. Sometimes that's the case too. So you honestly got to see if that is the case or not. Rebecca from Alaska says, Zach, with your info, I've decided to go part this. Go after it. Let's get it. Corey says, my code department said the same. I asked for all the open violations and I scrubbed the data. And what do you know? There was tall grass violations. Those are the best ones. So yeah. So Ishmael, basically, do you need to have money for the probate fees? Usually not. I've seen some people do for some places, but usually you don't need any money really for them. Yeah, honestly, like usually you don't. So a good question here from 1 Ton Patriot, Brandon. Any advice for pulling these lists when wholesaling virtually? Since you can't go in person, how likely are they to give them to you via email or over the phone? You have a higher chance over the phone, obviously, than email. The question is how many times you have to call to get the list. Usually they're going to say no the first time or second time or be very confused with it. So you're going to keep calling and just keep emailing until they give it to you or do a FOIA Act, Freedom of Information Request Act, and usually you'll get it. You got to be very persistent with it. Primal Eskimo says it's crazy. Only Zach talks about these free lists and probates. No one's talking about how to do it like them. Because honestly, they can't make money off you with it. And it just, a lot of people aren't, I'm not talking bad about anyone, but like most people aren't actively doing the business to a point. I'm not pointing fingers or saying anything, but like a lot of people that claim to do a lot of business, they don't show HUDs, anything like that. I show HUDs, but a lot of them don't. And they're just in the business of selling information, which, hey, it's a free market. I believe in capitalism. So, hey, if you want to go sell information on wholesaling, do it. Right. I believe that I'll sell information for wholesaling for free and we'll see what wins. Right. But like, I'm always into it. And a lot of people are selling information and they haven't wholesaled in like 5-6 years. Hey, no big deal in that, or maybe 3. And they just don't understand the pulse. The pulse of the industry, 3 or 4 years ago, used to buy a list and market it, and it used to be really well, right? And it's been a lot more saturated. And as somebody in a saturated market that does deals, some figures, I found out that those lists are a lot harder, and I have to pull niche lists to be successful. because I still have a pulse in this industry. No, I'm not the person claiming to do $60 million a year in revenue for wholesaling. I've never said that. Okay. But the thing is, you have to get very creative with your marketing. And honestly, like that's what I've done. And I found a lot of success with that. Nobody talks about it because a lot of these people don't actually run a real operations. And that's honestly what I've seen. And it's people might have done deals in the past and they used to be broke too, starting out, but a lot of people are like disconnected from that. And I like talking to you guys live one-on-one just to feel that connection still of like being brand new and still train people brand new. So it's like, you know, I mean, what do you guys think I do like outside of these live streams? Like I'm wholesaling real estate. Okay. Like I do other stuff out. Like I don't work like too much in the business per se, but like I'm still looking at calls, talking to people, sometimes talking to sellers, and like if I have to, right? Like I had a deal where I had to go on an appointment last week because our acquisitions person was out down south on a deal in Palm Beach, and this person could only meet at like 8:30 on like a Friday. I was like, okay, go and meet him. Like, right. So it's like I'll be completely upfront and honest with you guys. Like sometimes, like I'm real in this business. Sometimes like someone's busy, I'll just go out and just trade. Like it was 5 minutes from my house. I was like, okay, I'll just go by there and look. Right. Like you got to do that stuff. And I like to keep my pulse on the industry too much, not too much to a point of just like being in the nitty gritty because I'm kind of out of that now, but still got to be in this business somewhat, you know. It's the hobby to me to a point, but yeah. Juan says, yes, Zach, I received mine today. Order for me to receive the list. I had to submit a request. That's it. Awesome, Joan. Value. Love it. Corey said, look up the code and see if they have any codes related to tall grass or trash. I guarantee they do. And if so, they have violations most likely. Oh yeah. Probates are probably by far one of the easiest to pull. I wouldn't say that. Like it's one of the easiest, yes, but it's not the easiest by far because you got to get the errors, you got to cross-reference the data. Like it's a lot of work. Again, I'm freewholesaling.com. I teach exactly how to do that, but it's a lot of work. Repull the probate list every week if I can, but monthly as soon as possible. Especially in the Carolinas. Can you please go over pulling code violations? Yeah, I'll say it again. You got to go to the code enforcement office and then pull the list. And that's it. Like sometimes it's the code department. Like they all have different names for it, but like you just got to keep calling at like City Hall and say, hey, where are the people that deal with like if someone's got tall grass? Where's that get? Oh, that goes to the code building department or like the whatever department. They have different names for it, right? The magistrate of code. Like they have different names for it. So, right. But that's what I've seen. Jason, trust me, they do. Ben says, I have a list with 8 numbers per contact, 4 landline, phone, mobile, especially in this day and age. So you say, which one should I call? I'd call the mobiles first. That's probably what I do. Landlines, there's less and less of them now. Way less. I'm cold calling code violations right now, and like half of them are LLCs and flippers. What's up with that? They've usually bought those deals. So that's probably why. If it's an LLC or flipper, I probably no. Make sure they're newer code violations. You're probably getting older ones. Got a new deal now, Tornado, and I appreciate you hopping on all the way from Sweden. Glow Rider, what's up to him? He's from Sweden, and he's up late tonight on the stream. Appreciate it. It means a lot. It really does mean a lot, especially shouts my international audience watching from abroad. Means a lot. You guys hop on and watch and give the support because, again, you know we're very geocentric here in the United States. Especially everything's about but like it is an international thing. Wholesaling, you could do it in the United States from any country, and I truly believe that from the bottom of my heart. So I love to help everyone out. Prime Eskimo says, I got a new idea. Tornado damage properties. Think about it. Insurance will pay them. It's just like fire damage. Yeah, to a point, but sometimes the fire department will go out there to help people out. And it gets weird because like you can go to the police, basically when a police will do a warrant on someone or police will get a call to go somewhere. Sometimes that's like very private information that actually can't get revealed even with the Freedom of Information Act. So you got to look at like tornado. It's just too tiny of a list, but might be good. Hey, did a lightning list, right? What's up, SK Films? Who's in the Houston area? Love it. Woo! I wrote some local governments, try to get the code violation list. Awesome. Keep it up. Adonis says, the best time to be calling the seller? 2 to 7 p.m. That is true. Drake's son is in the house. It's awesome. Just kidding. Love you, Adonis. We're all having fun here. Yes, pre-foreclosures are the bomb. Just a little harder to talk to. Some, yeah, especially virtual. Like, oof, it's hard. So, Monjock, what list are you pulling? And let me know the county. I might be able to pull it with you right now. If you need me to. My county doesn't have a notice of default. I see them as list pendants and notice of trustee sale. So it would probably be a list pendants. I would call in to see though where the notice of defaults are. They should be there. PropStream, I can look at PropStream. They might pop up there, which will show you that they're there. Doing Zillow for sub-owners right now. They're doing well. It's a great list. It ain't a bad list at all. Is anyone in Tennessee that's willing to pull a list with addresses? Awesome. Go help plug me out. Fizz, oh, my MJJ Smith criminal. I know. FISBOs are a headache. They're not the easiest list out there. Okay. I'll be straight up with you. They're not the easiest list. You know that. You see me cold calling it. I mean, some of these sellers aren't a walk in the park. And it doesn't make it easier when you're doing it in front of thousands of people, right? Like you got people berating over the phone, right? I always have fun with it. I always have a good time talking to these people. I always make it entertaining for myself. Everyone loves it because like you never know what's going to happen, but it's fun. But that's why he lists I'm working on right now because they're free. Hey, you know the vibe. Free list, you know the vibe. Corey, FISBO's work. Corey got one of his first deals from a FISBO, right? Like, you know. Derek says, if you can access court documents in your county, then we'll have their address listed with their name as defendant. Wait, if the name is unique, just look it up on the free skip trace and get address. Look it up on Zillow. That works depending on what kind of list you're doing. But yeah, that'll definitely work. Can being virtual complicate things more in dealing with arrested seller? Yes, but if they get out, it's virtual. It's fine. If you have the confidence, you should do well. I mean, it's a little bit of a hindrance, but you can talk to more people, so kind of even out to a point, you know. But you can always use like a wholesale local with you too. So I don't think it's bad. How do we recommend reaching out to these people? Definitely, I would say that the best way to reach out is going to be through cold calling. I'll pop this up really quick here too for you guys. Let's see if I can go find it. Where is I did a video of my top 10 lead gen strategies. I'll just show you really quick my top 10 free lead gen strategies out here. Hold on. Share my screen. I'll show you guys. These are my top 10 lead gen strategies. So let's kind of go here. So basically 10 was MLS. Number 9 was networking JVing. 8 was realtors. Number 7 was Facebook Messenger. 6 was direct mail. 5 bandit signs. 4 SMS text blasting. 3 door knocking. 2 reverse drawing for dollars. And number 1 was obviously cold calling. Why would it not be, right? Always check out that video. I think it's interesting. I'll put it in the comments if you guys want to check that out. Kind of me explaining it, but like those would be my top 10 lead generation strategies. The marketing channels. If you mix it with this list, I think it'd be pretty good. Also, I'd like to tell you guys, I forgot to mention this. You guys might have seen us make a post on this. So, of course, I'm getting ahead of myself, but this is going to require an insane amount of planning, a stupid amount of planning. But I'm willing to take the challenge for you guys because you guys are the best. But let's go. Hold on. Where did I comment? Wait, hold up. We got a lot of comments. Okay. So, guys, on June 1st, so that is going to be in about 2 months from now. I'll tell you this straight up. We are going to do the largest wholesaling challenge in the history of this business. Pretty excited about it. We're going to have the largest amount of people in the challenge, and it's going to be pretty cool. So, I would like to just tell everyone about it really quick. Not the entire thing, obviously. I can't tell you that. But basically what I said was I looked at a poll here and I asked, and basically June 1st, this is going to be a challenge for beginners. And I'm putting my feelers out there, right? Like I'm not going to really announce it till like a month before. So that'll be in May. So like next month, I'll kind of like roll everything out because we're still working on a lot of the planning on it. But basically the challenge is going to be for the entire month of June. Because I'm going to be out of the country for a little bit in June. Rex's going to be everywhere. I'm traveling like crazy. So June's going to be I'm obviously just still doing my live stuff. Like, don't worry about that. But like, we're doing like this huge, crazy barrage of videos we've been making lately, off the air here, for this huge challenge. And basically what's going to be is we're going to bring, I'm going to do everything I can to bring a new wholesaler, basically you watched on this channel, start to finish, from day 1 to 30, to get your first contract, third, fourth contract. And it's gonna be really cool because it's gonna be like one of those courses where you buy it. It's gonna be free, obviously, and like I'm telling you what to do every single day, and it's gonna be fun, lives, everything like that. But it's gonna be, it's like it's a no days off type thing. But basically, it's gonna be a challenge for the entire month. And it's going to be cool. Like we're going to give out a lot of stuff. And then basically the challenge of that is going to be like, if you can prove in the beginning of the challenge and within a month, if you are like, this is for brand new wholesalers, unfortunately, if you are a wholesaler that's already done deals, your payment is you've already done deals, right? But the cool part about that, in particular is if you're brand new and you start the challenge in June. So if you get your first contract, third, fourth contract, you probably can't be in the challenge, but you've already done. You can still follow the challenge if you want, and I'll give you a consolation prize. But like, we're giving away a lot of stuff: shirts, merch, a lot of free, awesome stuff. I'm spending thousands of dollars just for giveaways and stuff. But the cool part is for some of the winners, if you can prove day 1 that you started out doing any deals, and by day 30, if you get at least 1 to 2 contracts, I'll just give you this is the cool part of the challenge. Like if you're one of the first people, if you can document from day 1, which I'll show you how to do, you'll submit something. The first person basically to get their first contract, just get free props, like free. I got a lot of free prop streams I can give out. If you get your first deal, legit, actually, I'll do this. Like, I got some prop streams to give out, right? Some subscriptions. If someone can go document that they just started this business, right? And I can see it because it's basically when you join the Wholesaling Houses for Real Facebook group. If you just joined the Wholesaling House for Real Facebook group like 2 days before June, I know you kind of just started technically. And if you get your first deal in a month, like I'll just give you a full year of prop stream, like because you'll be one of the winners of the challenge. So just keep your lookout for that for people that haven't gotten their first deal. I mean, it's going to be, so just in case someone decides to start doing a challenge starting June or May or like the real challenge is going to start June 1st. Just get yourself guys ready for it. It's going to be really fun. And it's going to be pretty intense, you know. June's not going to have a lot of advanced topics because it's going to be straight from the beginning, from start to finish. It's going to be a full thing. It'll be on a playlist. It's going to be a full month. So it's exciting. So guys, just FYI, it's going to be exciting. So for the people that haven't closed a deal yet, we're going to help you guys out. And that was going to be in June. So next month, I will announce the entire thing. But it's going to be a wholesaling challenge. And it's going to be fun. It's definitely something that's going to be more work than I've ever done on this channel, but I know it's going to be worth it. The only thing that ever took more work was creating that freewholesaling.com. But this one's going to be pretty close to that. And it's going to push the capabilities of what I can do on this channel to the limits. And it's going to be really cool. And still going to do my lives. Maybe June we're going to have less lives than usual, but still going to be recorded video. Like there's going to be still 4 videos a day out on the channel, right? Like 3 shorts, 1 recorded, like every channel is still going to have that, but like might be less lives if like we're out of the country or something, but like same stuff. It's going to be fun. So let's get it. Riff their boy says, when the seller asks if you're buying the property, what do you say when you're going to wholesale it? So I always get asked this all the time. It's like, Zach, do I tell the seller that I'm going to wholesale the house? Usually not. Usually say you and your partner's going to buy the property. Yeah, it's the truth. And that's usually what I say. He also asks, do you have the buyer sign an agreement before walking to the property? How do you set expectations? Explain the showing to the seller and the buyer to make sure everything goes smooth. So usually I lock it up before, for virtual, usually lock it up before we do the inspection and pictures, just to get it locked up as soon as possible. I like to get pictures, but if it takes too long, sure. In person, I always walk before. I set expectations before. If you go to freewholesaling.com, we always explain it. We always break it down really quick and simple. That they have to agree to make a yes or no decision before we actually start anything before we actually get a contract meeting, stuff like that. Someone says, people are telling me if you are new, don't go to probates. Joel, if you're listening to multiple YouTube channels, you're going to get multiple answers. So that's the thing. You just got to realize, is there a hidden agenda between what someone tells you? My hidden agenda is I'm just trying to help you out. You don't have to take my advice. Take anyone's advice you want out there. Am I going to tell you not to do a wholesaling deal because I want you to go buy my course on something outside of wholesale? Right? Like I'm not going to do that. Okay. So just think of what the ulterior motives to someone saying that to you would be. If someone's on pulling probates, it's crazy. David says, thank you for the awesome info, my bro. It will come back to you. I just want to help, This is information that no one talks about. So I try to help. Free lists are gold. Pay lists keep the pipeline full to the brim. Paid lists are important. I use paid lists all the time. But the thing is, everyone's going after the paid list right now. So I see the attention, the best return on your time being on the free list for most people. Yo, what is up? Dana Carroll says, I'm 1 week unemployed, traveling RN, contract got canceled. Sorry about that. You always got a job if you're an RN, though. I'll tell you that. That guy, I'm 18 in college trying to learn and get into wholesaling. Perfect timing. Josh says, I'm watching a video from yesterday right now. Pull the list, skip trace, and about the SMS text blast. I would def pay for the game you're given. Well, I give it for free. I don't want your money. Love it, though. Appreciate the love and support, guys. It does really mean a lot to me. Get me so hyped every time. I came for the singing, stay for the bomb content. I appreciate it. It's wholesaling time. You know what's up. Julian loves the shirt, guys. Everyone, what's my name? It's McLovin. Just McLovin. That's my name. Love it, guys. Yeah, Joel, honestly, man, like what I can tell you is the only way you're going to know if probate works or not is by you doing it. Like we can go debate it, right? Like it is honestly, it is literally all theory to a point if probate's going to work in your market or not without you. You just got to do it. So I implore you to just try it. The worst that happens, you don't get a deal from it. Or the best, you start doing real deals for it. Zach is so young, but so smart. Bro, like, it doesn't matter how, like, I don't know how many times I can say to people, like, it doesn't matter how young you are in this business. It depends how much experience you have to a point. Bro, I've been in this 5+ years in wholesaling. What if someone's 57 and they're 4 years in? I have way more experience than them, right? And I would, because of how young I am to a point, that 5 years, I was working 14, 15 hours a day in wholesaling for 5 years straight. 4 years straight to a point. If you really like, honestly, to a point, I'm saying this to be sweet, but like I have eaten, lived, breathed every moment wholesaling, thought about wholesaling, even when I wasn't wholesaling, to a point. I probably have the experience of like 10, 15 years to a point, because I've spent where someone spends 5 years, like 5 years wholesaling, now 5 hours a day in wholesaling versus me doing 15, 14 hours. It's almost 10 years of experience I got in like 5 years. So it's to a point, like your age won't matter at all. That is one thing. That is one huge thing. I can tell you right now, like your age ain't going to matter. A lot of young people do a lot of stuff to change the world. And I just don't think how young you are affects your success in wholesaling. Your confidence is going to be successful. I destroy people like twice my age tenfold in this business because I have more confidence in them. Your age won't even matter to a point. Like I got the cash. Like I don't have to worry about my age when I'm talking to somebody because I got the cash, bro. Like I go to someone who's 55 just starting out in this business who has no money. I can go to a seller and basically, hey, when I went to that appointment last Friday because the other acquisitions person was out, I literally just went up to him and said, hey, I bought this address, this address. I show him 4 addresses I bought within a 0.2 radius in the past 2 months. 4 houses in a 0.2 radius. Seriously. I think I bought like 10 houses this year in that zip code. Cash. And I have like a quarter of them in rentals. I could have literally, that person could have walked to my rental properties and saw that my name is on the deed on those places. Come on, like I will beat any 60-year-old on that deal. Like anyone. So I'm buying more houses than them. I got more proof in the pudding, right? And you see, that's the thing. So to a point, your age is not going to matter. I mean, some of the youngest people made the biggest impacts. I always tell you this, like, hey, Tupac was not even 30 when he passed away, but he made the biggest impact in like his industry, right? Like, think about that for a second too. Biggie Smalls, like you think of some of these people, like they're very young, but like, it doesn't matter, you know? Watu, what's up? Watu says, can I pay VA to help me find my first deal? Sure. I recommend you do it yourself, but you could have a VA do it if you want. Always depends. This is an interesting one. You know, is it common for buyers to purchase sight unseen? Seems weird. I have some buyers that do that. I think it's weird. I'll just be like, I think it's really weird when buyers do that. I've seen it happen before. I don't trust a lot of buyers that do that. If it's a realtor who's buying it for the person, sure. But usually a good buyer is going to want to go see it in person. Hopefully I've closed a deal, but if not, that'd be great. Awesome. Michelle says, I'm excited for June. That's awesome. I would share it with someone else. I haven't got my first deal, aiming to get it sooner than June, but hey, that sounds sweet. Like, right? It's a win-win. Almost makes me not want to get a deal. I'm telling you, that will pay a $2,000 deal will pay for PropStream for a year, hands down. Okay. And it gives you the experience. I think people are excited about that. I think people are excited for the challenge. It's going to be fun. And it's going to be really cool because the way the challenge is going to be structured for June, you can bring the way me and Rick set it up is like, you could be, like you could have like a 15-year-old brother and you could force them to like, go watch, like it'll be like 15 minutes a day on the challenge, or maybe it's like a 2-hour live so they can watch like the first 30 minutes of it. But like, honestly, like you could not make them, but like encourage them, because anyone can start like with the challenge and learn wholesaling from like start to finish on that challenge. That's why it's going to be really cool. So you bring like a 15-year-old niece, nephew, and just have them do that challenge. It's going to be like, and the reason why I'm doing it in June, why I'm not doing it in April and May, is because when do kids get off of school, right? June, July, right? So like I'm doing it to a point where like you can have your kids watching this too during the day, right? And during nighttime, like stuff like they don't even have school. A lot of college kids are off during June. Like I'm trying, and I want some time to hype the people up for the challenge, because the cool part is going to be thousands and thousands of people start it. A lot of them are going to like just quit, but like for the people that are like 13, 14, 15 that are actually like wanting to get in this business, I'm telling you right now, like straight up, you'll have no excuse. If you're 12 years old and you haven't gotten a wholesaling deal, literally there won't be an excuse, because it's June. You don't have school. You don't have to complain about that, right? So that's why I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. Wanted to wait till like May to announce it, but remember, someone's going to come out with their stupid little wholesaling challenge to sell you a course in a funnel. So, and they're going to do it in June. So I was the first to say it. So someone doesn't do any challenges during that time, someone will try to one up me or something, but like, I don't really care. Like I'm just going to do it regardless. And you can replay that challenge multiple times. So be cool. Corey says, I've already closed a few deals, but I'm out unfortunately by this week. Game changer. Corey's already got so many deals done. Sorry, Corey, you're not in the challenge. Deal with doing your 4 to 5 plus deals, and do another quadplex with 40, 50K in profit. You deal with that consolation price, Corey. Okay. Hopefully you can sulk with the tears. Use your $50,000 wholesaling checks as your tissue paper for your tears. Yeah. Oh man. Challenging to be challenged. All right. Number 1 here was probates. Angelo says, in a state that doesn't want to give a list, how do you go about getting that? Who to call? Angelo, let me know what state you're in. Even in California, you can get a list. New York, like even in Illinois, like highly regulated states, you can actually go out there, Zach running through our questions. Obviously, of course. How do you determine if a water company is public or private? Grand Strand Water and Sewer Authority. Usually they have the county's name for the water company. The best thing you're going to do, Jason, is just call, right? Jason, let me know if you locked up the deal or not. I want to know. Brazil in the house. Love it. I know Brazil's getting ready for the World Cup. I think the USA. They beat Panama, right? They won like 5-1. But USA's, did they qualify? They're very close to qualifying. So it might finally qualify this year. Oh my God. So bad. Yeah, I ain't saying the USA's got a chance in the World Cup, but I'm hoping, For code violations or liens, what time frame would you pull a list from? For example, 3 to 6 months. I would pull for the last month, and just start with that. Good question here, Zach. I've had a few sellers ask me verbatim, you're not the one of those wholesalers or those people who market our properties, are you? Zach, how do you respond? I'm scared because I hate lying. Mr. Seller, I'm not going to go market your property. Sometimes I work with a buyer and they will buy it with me. These are people that are landlords. They're looking to flip it. Again, sometimes I don't have all the capital for it. Sometimes my partner's going to come in with me with the capital for it. Is that okay? Like, that's all you can really say to that point, you know? Got another referral deal. Got another referral deal for a property in East Baltimore. Numbers looking great. Got a seller to a greater price. Awesome. Bro, love it. Baltimore in the house. Love talking to you, man, on the one-on-ones. That's really cool to put a face to a name. So I always enjoyed that. It's always fun. Best out here, man. Thank you, Jose. Ashley says, I'm trying to get my first lead in Columbus, Ohio. Having a hard time getting code violations from city. How else would you recommend me getting my first lead / first deal? Code violations is going to be hard. It's going to be more of saturated lists. Trying for dollars probably going to be your best bet, obviously. But I'd be going for the probates. If you get his course, you'll get knowledge from scratch on how to do your first deal and go to the next level. It's free it's a free course, guys. I legit, it's a free wholesaling course. I don't even like. And David, here's the question, David. Like, I'm being really, I'm saying this from a nice place in my heart. Why are you asking? Where's the course? Like, just go in the course. It's free. I've to a point is like, Zach, you need to sell me on going to your free course. I'm not selling you on a free. I literally have it there. So I like, to a point, it's kind of selfish on my part, because if someone keeps asking me these questions, like, oh, Zach, how do you pull pre-foreclosures? Yes. It's kind of nice. I already did a 2-hour live stream where I went from start to finish and just talked about pre-foreclosures to verbatim, read laws, everything like that. And like, I just focused on that, so I don't go like sidetrack with you guys. But like, I'm not going to go like sell you on joining it. Like, if you want to learn wholesaling for free from start to finish, it is literally going to charge $5,000 for that course. I give it for free. You just go to freewholesaling.com. I'm not going to sell you on it. Okay. Like, okay. Like, I ain't going to be the person selling you on that. Y'all be happy to know I've just launched the Mad Cow method. Oh, I love it. Good stuff. I got some competition. Aaron, we're working on JV agreement. Again, we got to go through lawyers, all this stuff. Let's see here. Jason's, I'm telling you, Drawing for Dollars works. The quadplex is not only a list I could pull, it's super niche. Oh, yeah. Can we have a meeting? Please respond if you're seeing. Bro, just hop on my one-on-ones. Come tomorrow. You'll have the link on the feature and just talk to me one-on-one. I'm a pretty busy dude. So if you want to hop on me one-on-one, I always time block times for you guys for that. But yeah. Would you put the deals in your name prior to getting an LLC? Yes. Cole Realty Resource. I'm not a big fan of that data. It's not the best. How many deals do you do a week on average? A week? 1 to 2 if you technically look at it like a level. You could say 3 to 4 if you include JVing deals. It's the profit per week's more important than how many deals you do. Because you got to remember, like, if I can do $100K a month and do 1 deal a month, because I've done $115,000, $120,000 deals, right? Or I could do 1 deal at $2,000 deal. Like, it really depends. 1 ton says, who do you like dislike more, the IRS or the gurus? I love the IRS. They are amazing people, and I think they're very great. They are awesome. I love them. I have nothing but great things to say to them, and they are great Americans. Brandon's trying to get me in trouble here. I have nothing bad to say about those people. And nobody on the stream should. Now when you go on those people's bad side. So I they're doing their job to a point. I did get that pre-foreclosure list from online. Thought and started marketing SMS and cold calling since last week. Awesome. Yes, Dwayne, the eviction list is pretty good. What I can tell you is, to a point, like it's it's not top 10, but it's still a pretty good list. It's a good one. Let's see here. Jeez, we got a lot of comments. This is awesome. So, bro, if you want to go meet with me, man, every Wednesday and Thursday, talk to me one-on-one. Yeah. I'm not the easiest person to get a hold of, but if you want to get a hold of me, like literally just pop something in the chat here. Like that's the easiest way to get a hold of me. I'm not this person. I don't have anyone behind the screen here that's telling me what questions to answer. And like, I just answer them. So I basically almost see every single one question. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a course right now, but I'm afraid to start another one. Bro, I ain't gonna sell you on it, man. Like, do what you're gonna do, man. Like, Zach, are you ready for this? I signed the quadplex, told you about 37. It collected a $6K non-refundable deposit, $37,000 assignment fee. Oh my gosh, collected a $6,000 non-refundable EMD today and just got everything at title. Oh, snap. Corey, you are not in that challenge. Bro, let's get it, man. Holy moly. Bro. That's odd, guys. Everyone saw the live we had on Thursday. He was talking about that deal. Oh my gosh. Good stuff, bro. I love it, man. First of many, dude. I remember first starting you trying to work on your first deal, right? Dude, I love that, man. Oh man, love it. I just found about you and your father today. I really enjoy your father and I follow you immediately. Thanks for helping. Of course. Usually, I mean, outside of June, because that's the 1 month we're going to be everywhere, right? But like, usually our schedules for 11 out of 12 months basically is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So let me say that again. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's a live stream with either me and Rick. So I'm on lives on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday, it's me and Rick. And then just Rick on Fridays for lives. And then we got other stuff too. Zach, you were like a roach. You know how many times they try to get rid of you, you just come back, resilience, or inspiration. I mean, I think I'm a roach to a point. I just don't care what anyone else does to a point. Like I'm just gonna give my info out, and you can't stop me. Like to a point. It was 60 yard. It was once thought unbreakable. One guy did it in 61. The two other guys did it each 3 times. Hank Aaron did crazy. Like he did great numbers too. Rest in peace to him. It was a weird when Babe Ruth was playing though. It was a weird time. Babe Ruth had one of the biggest strikeout records ever. No one ever talks about that. Back in the day in baseball, they used to spit on the ball and make it look like invisible, basically. And they had the tar and like that. Good old baseball back in the Depression era. And baseball wasn't particularly the nicest to everyone. So baseball to a point, I guess you can say nice things about Babe Ruth, but like he was playing during a time where like not everyone was allowed to play baseball. Like it's a weird time. Like I just, his record's great, but like, I don't know, like baseball back in the day is not the best thing. Still interesting history though. All right, let's go some of the newer comments here. So what's the best cold calling script? Freewholesaling.com. Freewholesaling.com, basically break it down. But what I could tell you is every single time, like you just ask somebody, hey, here's my script. Are you the owner of the property and are interested in selling it? That's it, right? Joel says there is a bleep contract ad right now below this chat. Yeah, I don't really care. Like, here's the cool part about this is like, I don't care if someone has an ad on my thing. First of all, I've always said this a million times. Grant Cardone, like every single big wholesaler said this. Once you get a certain amount of subscribers, you have to do ads, or if YouTube's going to show ads on your channel without even you accepting it. And I'd rather accept it where I can control where they put the ads than them doing whatever they want. Love YouTube, great people. But what I could tell you is I can't control who puts ads on or not. A lot of videos I put no ads and ads pop up. So there's really, I don't, to the point, like I just give what I have. If you guys want to do someone else, go to someone else. Like I will sleep the same way at night and my bank account will be the exact same if you subscribe or go to someone else or not. Like I don't lose any sleep. My bank account's the same, right? So it's up to you, but it's just funny. I used the highest and best method you and Rick told me to do. A buyer called me and said it would take for me to get the deal. I need this property. He paid the premium. Awesome. Much like for Rick too. Love his values. I love his values too. Zach is the Les Brown of wholesaling for the real motivation. I would like a one-on-one Zach on the phone. Awesome. You know, talk to me one-on-one. You already know. Everyone knows where to talk to me one-on-one. Wednesday, Thursdays. I love Les Brown though. How should we follow up with the sellers when you say 6 touches for probates? You keep calling them. See if they want to sell the property. Touches, talking, contacts when they actually answer it. MJ, how does the buyer do the walkthrough if they want to see the property? How do you keep your cash buyer apart from directly contacting the seller? So if the seller is there, you can't really to a point. You kind of talk to the seller, distract him while the buyer's going through. And you basically have to talk to the cash buyer and say, don't talk to the seller, you're going to lose the deal to a point. Usually they know the game. Big good people. Good people. Scott, what is up? Zach, my counties are telling me that I need exact case IDs on the probate in order to get the info. Scott, you got to talk to the manager or go in person and you'll get it resolved pretty quick. And you just basically say you need the list or the probate docket. You got to keep asking different ways, get the managers and you'll get it. How do realtors wholesale real estate in terms of the contract used? I mean, they can use whatever the contract they want to a point. 19,000 calls and 2 deals so far. Started watching your videos last year. You really helped. Appreciate it, Jack. Jack, you need to use a lot simpler list I can only think of. Better quality data, so less calls, more deals. And kind of like the list we talked about. You know what's up. You're watching the video. You know what changes you got to make, and that's awesome. Shout me out, Zach. All right, what's up? David up here. Let's go. Awesome. What's up, David? Want to start virtual wholesaling? What states are good to? So I have a top 25 virtual wholesaling markets at freewholesaling.com, right? And you can go through my top 25, just so I don't get in a tangent, but like top 25 markets. Texas is a really good one. Florida's a really good one. A lot of landlord-friendly states are pretty good. And then the Southeast is really good in the Midwest. Lower ARVs, pretty good. Shirt is classic. Appreciate that. Zach, you got to sell me on becoming a millionaire. LOL. I appreciate it, man. Like I think it's funny. Yeah. You said pull code violations in the city. I pulled the list. Majority of violations. So a lot of these LLC or code violations are from businesses. So you got to get residentials. It's probably the way you're pulling it's the wrong one. Or like you said it in the wrong way or requested the wrong way. Rust Belt or Southeast in the Sun Belt like Arizona. Yeah, Arizona's technically part of the Sun Belt, but like anything east of Texas, include Oklahoma if you want, but like that's probably where it's best. scared after I got a deal that I won't be able to find a buyer. I mean, the fear is that's just mentally on you, man. Like if you have a good deal, you'll easily find a buyer. And if you work hard enough on doing it, you're going to be fine. I want to learn how to do this. I've only seen the scamming type of people, though I know it's not worth the risk paying $1,000. Dom, freewholesaling.com. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Dom, go to freewholesaling.com. I can only say enough times. Crazy. We're lucky to have the opportunity to wholesale and do so here in the country. If you go 90 miles south of Florida, you have rations and lines for food and clothes. True, to a point. I got a lot of people who are 50, 60 miles east of me in the Bahamas, and they're wholesaling and they're doing deals in the Bahamas, right? And they're living in paradise too. I'm living paradise out here. I went to the beach today, having a good time. And I'll go to the beach tonight if I want, like you can do whatever you want today. And literally, I can go to the beach today if I want to, wholesale whenever I want to, making the amount of money I want to, right? So you have an opportunity right now where you're at. And even if you're in Europe, even if you're Australia, right, you have the goals and the rights today to do as many deals as you want. And the only thing stopping you is your really the action you want to take. So you got to go out here, do well. I'm telling you. Pumped to get those first few deals. Awesome. 50K checks will soon be your toilet paper. Hyped up for the challenge. Can we show you the contract with the date to win? We just show you the contract with the date to win. Sure. I'll kind of break it down in May, kind of mid-May, May 1st. So I'll give you guys a full month to submit it, right? And it'll be fun. It'll be a good challenge. I think it'll be pretty cool. Free lists, awesome. So I can just teach probates in direct mail and charge 10K. It's literally a unique way they teach for free. Oh, yeah? Appreciate it. No excuses. Love it. Let's see here. Martin says, just got to run a question. How does health insurance like when you work for yourself? There's a lot of people use like the marketplace and stuff. I don't use the marketplace. You can just get I just have an independent plan. So it works well for me. It is with one of the biggest health insurers in my state, and I like it. Like a lot of people think you have to go through like the government or something to get health insurance. I mean, I just went to the company and got a really good rate. You shop it around, like works well for. Again, I'm 22, so it's like they're like, oh, of course, and I'm in decent shape. So, I mean, you just got to go to the like. It's really not like my health insurance to a point is probably 10 to 15% more expensive than my friends that have full-time jobs. That's it. And they have the company subsidizing a lot of that. So you just think, and they're the same age as me. Right. So a lot of people like they're stuck in their job because of health insurance. It's like, really? For like an extra whatever percentage, like for 15% more of the health insurance, which could be less than $2,000. Like you're gonna like it's crazy. So we got it. The Bahamas last year. I love the Bahamas. Shout out to my Bahamians watching. I know you said in earlier videos, depending on the state, the contract might vary or even be written by a lawyer. True. So my question is, how can I look up what each state requires? So like New York, just check if you're attorney state or not. Just let me know in the comments what state you're on. I'll help you out. Zach, what would you do if you got an undervalued house? The market price is 1.6 and the sellers want to sell for 1.4. Should I flip or keep it? To a point, like you kind of do the math here. So you got a 1.6 million. They're going for your cash offer. I mean, it's 96K in fees they'd be saving, closing costs, things like that. That's probably not a good deal for wholesaling. So that's the truth. You really got to look at it from there. That wouldn't be a good deal. If you live in Cali, would you start trying to acquire properties here in Cali, or would you go virtual in other markets? I used to co-wholesale a few years ago and want to start again. So I would wholesale in Cali if I lived there. I would not own rentals in California. Not a big fan of it. I had somebody arguing me on my Facebook group. They're saying, Zach, because of rent controls, I decided I was going to raise rent, so I make more money with rent controls. And guys, it's not how rent controls work. Okay, just because you decided to raise your rents because rent control said you could legally due to this point, that means you're just underdoing your rents. For rent, this is real estate investing channel first and foremost. So I'll be straight up with you. California sucks for rentals. Rent control is not good for a landlord, and that's why I don't have any rentals in California. Right? That's the truth. I'm your number one fan, Zach. I watched all your videos. Let's do a one-on-one. Bro, you know where to go. Wednesday, Thursday. Zach, how should we get back to you? Too much value. Bro, Joel, you already know how you get back to me. Do what Corey did and go get a bunch of deals and then come back and say you did a bunch of deals and change your life forever. All right? It makes me feel good. You know, Corey's got kids. He's making money now. I could probably change his life, his family's life. That's what I want, you know? Like, that's like, honestly, that's what I don't want your money. Like, I want to know you change your financial destiny and your family's life forever. That's it, you know? Legit, like, that's what I want. And seriously, like, if you want to do that, go do it. Like, that's how you pay me back, by taking action the stuff I say. Corey says, I want to say your course changed my life. Finally have the freedom to be with my family and so thankful for what to do. It's such a blessing. I pray God will bless you as well. Corey, like, that's what I want. Just give blessings to people. That is literally all I want. That's how you pay me back. I don't want your money. I literally just want you to change your lives today. Guys, you want to start doing it, you just go to freewholesaling.com. That's where it's all at. What time on Wednesday? I'm not slapping anyone. We're not going to get in the slap debate, okay? We're not doing no slap. We're not any talking about no slaps today. What time Wednesday, Thursdays? Be 5:30. Let's just say 5:30 because I got to talk. I always got topics to talk about. I got a lot on my brain. I got to talk about wholesaling always. So let's say 5:30 on Wednesday and 5:45 on Thursdays. Me and Rick talk for a little bit. So let's do 5:30s Wednesdays and Thursday, and we'll talk one-on-one and let it go. Yes, it's in my wholesaling documentary, which won't be on Free Wholesaling. You just look up wholesaling documentary Space Flip with Rick. Me talking to cash buyers are on there, and I have live cold calls with hedge funds on YouTube, Hedge Fund Space Flip with Rick, where I cold call hedge funds live to you guys. Guys, it's all there. Boom. I'm not quoting Tosh, but like it's the truth. Like, if you don't let certain people play and you make your pool smaller, like you're like, if you can't play with the best players, why are you gonna? It's like when the NFL had the lockout and they had those replacement players. I love the NFL in rushing. I'm like, you let the NFL in rushing when you're playing with CFL players, okay? To a point, it's just like you see Babe Ruth's record. It's like, come on, you know. You gotta look at it objectively, okay? I get in trouble for saying that. I ain't gonna get in trouble for saying that. Like, if you let the best people play in a sport, okay, then the records are different, right? Yeah, guys. Every Wednesday, Thursday, talk to you guys one-on-one. And then on Fridays, it's just Rick. But guys, do me a big favor. Go to freewholesaling.com below here and just hop on Free Wholesaling course, teach you everything you need to know. And then it makes the comments a lot more different because the people are asking comments that they already know about wholesaling to a point or have a general knowledge. So it makes it easier for a lot more people trying to get their first deal on here. You could be a beginner and ask questions on here, but like I will direct a lot of your questions to freewholesaling.com that answers it. Just so I can answer and talk. The reason why I have freewholesaling.com is because I can talk to more people in a 2-hour span if a lot of those beginner questions are questions that could be answered easily through the free wholesaling course, get answered so I can talk to more people, which gives me a huge opportunity and leverage over a lot of people like who can't, because there's so many beginner questions. But the cool part about that is if you go through free wholesaling, understand it, it helps a lot. So guys, go to freewholesaling.com, subscribe, like this video. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Stay blessed, get action. Let's get